Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Xtremetarot, where we do moon readings and zodiac readings. Today we're doing a zodiac reading for Taurus. Okay, this is like a healing messages that you need right now reading, number 6. So let's start out with one of these Journey of Love books. Oh, Journey of Love cards, and we're going to read from the book. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Hold on. I'm just getting prepared. Ooh, all right. So Spirit, tap me in. Let me just put, sorry, move this around a little bit. What is this? Put like some selenite here. Love. All right, and put that there. What does Taurus, what healing message does Taurus need right now? What healing message does Taurus need right now? This is upside down. Just kick off the reading to see if it like resonates. So what message does Taurus need most? Okay. We have a number 41, knowing without knowing. Sometimes the heart knows in a way that the concrete mind and memory cannot. We feel something that we cannot quite express. Perhaps others are quick to dismiss it as meaningless whimsy or irrationality, yet that feeling beyond the mind's capacity to fully perceive is the ancient truth of your greater self reaching through time and space to connect with you. Like a phone line extending from a more ancient place in the world, you can hear it crackle, perhaps not the clearest reception, yet you can also sense the love traveling along the telephone line. The things that you feel and that do not appear to make sense are the things to trust most now. You are being guided by a force far greater than your own mind. An ancient divine brilliance is reaching to you, communicating with you. You may not hear or understand it with clarity as yet, but you can feel it. Trust what you feel. This oracle speaks to you of the opening up of your higher mind, of the part of your intelligence that can dialogue directly with the forces of divine guidance and creation. These forces use symbols, abstract communications through dreams and visions, through impulses that circumvent your conscious mind and have words streaming out of your mouth or flowing through your mind that you have not created of your own volition. Sometimes someone speaks to you and you respond with words that you feel you are hearing for the first time as they pour out of your mouth. Whose words are these, you wonder? It is your ancient self that speaks. Trust the strange and mysterious at this time. Oh, I have a card in my advice deck that's obviously from this book that I have, but I wonder if that's going to come out later. It is another way, an ancient way of wisdom that you are tapping into now. Enjoy this new sacred connection unfolding. This oracle is also confirmation that you have relationships around you now and continuing to come to you that are from long past, karmic connections that will take you further on your journey of love. So there's definitely a focus on you guys being able to like trust what you feel, even if like, especially if there's other people around that are kind of like filling you with doubt, but you feel like very strong convictions about something, especially maybe a relationship or something like that. This could even be referring to like a twin flame kind of a thing, something like that. But let's get more. Let's look in the book at this as well, maybe. Let's see. What does Taurus most? So we're doing a healing reading. Let me just pause for a second. The healing that you need, I would say, based off this, is something to do with healing, learning how to find a way to trust the things that you feel, obviously, and being able to not need concrete proof and not need other people's approval. It's so what could be like the wound, if we're talking about healing something, healing a cut, healing a wound or something like that. Like the wound could be that other people aren't supporting you and like you feel a wound of like abandonment, because I saw the orphan card when I was like flipping through this deck. So maybe you feel abandoned, misunderstood by the people that you love. Oh, I just moved this dice and it went to the 3 in reverse. So maybe your communications with other people are like fraught with tension. You're not able to really get anywhere in your communications with other people because it's very combative or something like that. You're maybe having some sort of spiritual awakening here where you're having all these new ideas, you're feeling things deeply, you're seeing things in a different way, and other people aren't able to like see things the same way, and you're trying to like explain it to them, whether it's just your feelings about a very intense relationship, or it's about just like more spiritual things. I see the number 11 and the number 2 is making me think of like the high priestess energy, but then also the energy of justice, which is logical energy, versus like that Piscean energy. So it's like almost like you could be coming to a point of contention with the people in your life regarding, oh yeah, look, I just cut to the orphan again. Like you could feel maybe abandoned by people, that they're not supporting you, but it's not something you could really put into words. And that's why we have this 3 in reverse, because the communication there isn't really a logic. Like you can't really like make somebody like jump into your body and like feel what you're feeling, like in your heart and your gut. Like they can't like see your dreams and feel the realness of it, especially if this is about another person and this is some sort of twin flame thing where people are like, well, look at the facts, like this person doesn't, isn't responding to you, why are you so sure about this? And meanwhile you're like having dreams. That's one example. Dreams, it's like a more concrete way to like for you to like see that like, oh, like I'm meeting with this person in my dreams and I can tell that it's really them. I feel the energy. Like it's like knowing without like but you can't put it into words and provide any evidence for other people, and this could be triggering your shadows quite a bit, and that's why you need this healing message. So okay, let's see what else we have. Taurus. Oop, we have the castle trying to come out. What is going on here with Taurus? Did I already cut this? I think I did, but let's do it one more time. What healing messages does Taurus need right now? Oh my God, the animal again. This is crazy. And the underworld coming through again. I feel like your eyes are like, it's almost like that, it's almost like a feeling of like waking up again. I'm getting like the awakening. This card keeps coming out in a lot of my readings lately. Like this energy is just in the collective. I feel like I'm seeing the siren a lot. Like you're just like feeling the call towards something. Like you're following your instincts. You're following your gut instead of logic or intuition, or like, it's like you're following your heart and your joy, because this is also the number 19, which is the number of the Sun tarot card. And that's just making me think of like following your joy, like being heart-led towards something, again, that maybe isn't recognized either by society or by your specific like friends and family as something worthy of pursuing, or there just seems to be some sort of block or resistance, and that's making other people sort of question if, like, almost like, what are you doing, like, kind of a thing. Why are you chasing after something that, sorry, I just like shuffled that. Why are you chasing after something? Because even with the animal, I think of like a pursuit, kind of like a fiery sort of an energy. I was talking about the Sun card. So it's like, why are you relentlessly pursuing something that isn't going anywhere? Why are you, even it could be a career, it doesn't have to be a romantic thing, but I feel like this could be some sort of awakening, especially with this open eye. It's like seeing a side of life that, what is this talking about in this card? It's saying, it's a lot about like tasting fruit and opening your eyes underwater and like just doing like very sensual, like earthly sort of things. And it also talks about Buddha. It's like, if this sounds terribly undignified, just remember that when Buddha reached enlightenment, he roared like a lion, kind of a thing. So like people could be kind of looking at you like weird, like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of feeling like you're being a little bit weird or something like that. But in reality, you are waking up to something. Woo. So let's see. What else do we need to know for Taurus? We have a full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Cancer energy is very intense. A a full moon in Cancer, that this also could be issues maybe with a mother figure with Cancer energy coming through. We have, look, show the world the real you, Aquarius energy that was just like sticking out. I don't know if you could see that. Sorry. It was like right here. It's like sticking out like that. But not that much like that. But we also have this South Node energy. Don't let your past hold you back. So I feel like you're evolving and you're transitioning into this sort of new version of yourself that's maybe just like waking up to certain things, certain ways of being that just don't sit well with you anymore. It's like you've seen things from another perspective and now you can't unsee it. This personal issue reaches resolution. It could be that because we have this underworld energy. Oh, the cave. Okay, so you could be spending a lot of time alone lately, just really having intense feelings about certain things, feeling that a lot of repressed emotions are coming up for you, maybe having to do with your family and things like that with Cancer. We have this cave energy, and with Cancer energy, that's very much about the home and sort of being sheltered in a little shell and wanting to like take time alone. So you could have like, which is, okay, so like you could have been spending a lot of time alone, which is conducive to some sort of spiritual awakening where maybe you're seeing, like I was saying, your perspective is shifting, you're seeing things in a different way. And it's like you're trying to articulate to other people like what you've been feeling, like all this stuff maybe that is coming up for you, like all these emotions coming up to be released, and people are kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, but it's like, you're like, no, you don't understand, this is so intense, like da 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 da, like, or something like that. You just, it's like you're going through something that people just don't really have the capacity to understand around you. And I feel like you're trying to like logically explain it, and it's not coming through in a way that is like helping the situation. So let's see what else we can get. But the full moon in Cancer is very much a very intense energy. And it is like, Cancer is ruled by, or yeah, Cancer is like, is it ruled by the moon? Yes, it is. So it's like, this is like an inner experience, and it's like that you can feel and you understand very much maybe when you're by yourself, but it's like, again, it's like that, it's something's getting lost in translation here when you're trying to articulate it to other people, and it's causing you, I think, a lot of frustration. So what's going on here? What healing messages do Taurus need right now? All the glitters. I feel like almost the way that this looks to me, we have serendipity on the bottom of the deck and all that glitters. Again, this is a number 18, which is the number of the moon. So that's very interesting to me. This is a 5. This is a 7. And numerologically, I can't say that word. Numerologically speaking, I don't even think that is a word. I think I just made that up, but I don't know. But number 16 breaks down to a number 7. Number 41 breaks down to a 5. And this breaks down to a 10. So it's like, again, there's like this ending of one phase of your life here. And there is this feeling of leaving something behind. I'm seeing this as this girl, look, chaos and conflict. I'm seeing this as like leaving behind a lot of things from the physical world, which again might be very difficult for you as a Taurus to like throw caution to the wind, but it's just like you're allowing these new beliefs, this new energy to sort of like kind of take you away from everything that you knew. And it's like you're leaving the people, but you're also, I think, seeing the people around you in a different light as well. And there is a sort of feeling of maybe a little bit being on a high horse, or a feeling like above other people, because I'm getting that you almost feel like you're seeing things differently and other people aren't, and you're almost sort of judging them for that in a way. Maybe not like, maybe it didn't start out that way. Maybe it started out like, oh, I've seen things in this new way now. I've had this new perspective. Like, let me show you the way. And maybe people are very comfortable in their like comfortability here, and they're not wanting to see things in that way. And then it's this feeling of like, oh, like you just don't get it, or something like that, where it's just like you feel almost like, oh, well, like but it's almost like you feel misunderstood. So it's almost like you're getting triggered by these people not wanting to like be open to what you're trying to say. So then you're almost like condemning them at the same time. So that's where I think these conflicts are stemming from as well. But I think something that could help you to like find peace in this situation is understanding that these people just probably just don't have the capacity to understand like yet. And just like maybe at one point, say like 5 years ago, if somebody tried to say all this to you, what you're saying to people now, you wouldn't have the capacity to understand, and you would have been very dismissive and maybe judgmental as well. And try to put yourself in the position and imagine like if that would be true or not. And maybe it's not true for everybody, but maybe it is true a little bit. But even here we have this eruption of light energy, and it's like that's what it maybe feels like to you, this eruption, this big emotional swelling, like with the full moon in Cancer, like this big like transitional period, and you're trying to articulate it again, but it's just, it really can't be put into words. But I think Spirit's saying like the best thing that you could do right now is just allow people to be whatever they want to be, and just sort of pull inward and focus on your own self right now, and not without needing their approval, and understanding that they just maybe don't have the capacity to give you their approval. So let's get, what deck do we want to use here? Let's use this one. Let me get maybe 2 of these too. I just felt called to grab 2 of these. No. 2 or 1? Get 1. Oh, okay. Why are these like all backwards? What the heck? Okay. I just get 1. Let's do a little cut. Oh, the sun. Yeah, I don't know why I was getting like you've been illuminated and you're trying to illuminate others, and they're like not wanting to be like illuminated. They're wanting to like hide beneath like the comfortability of what they already know. And it takes a lot. Like a lot of people don't have that bravery to like follow their heart and soul and be undignified and make mistakes and face these things. But like, I feel like you do. And it's like you want recognition for that or something. Oh, look, sextile, collaborates, assists, explains. I feel like you're trying, communicates, open doors. It's like you have like good intentions. Like we have Pisces energy here. Let's just see what we actually get. What healing messages does Taurus need right now? That's 2. I just want 1. What healing messages? Okay. Uranus, revolution. That is that Aquarius energy. I kind of was getting that. I saw that like show the world the real you energy coming out in the bottom of the deck earlier. So I'm not like really surprised to see that come out. We also have the ascendant, outlook. And again, this is like the people around you more focused on like outer things, whereas you're having this breakthrough, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening. Yes, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, edge, diversity, and lightning. I feel like you've been very much so like hit by lightning here. That's what's like caused this like big awakening. Something traumatic maybe could have triggered it, whereas there was a big shocking ending or like multiple endings of things in your life that kind of triggered this, and you started seeing the world through a different lens and I'm gonna move my table, I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I couldn't reach and I'm like, my back is hurting and I have to go to work. So yeah, it's like you're trying to almost like take your experiences and make them more palatable to like your family and friends, and they're just like don't have the capacity to understand this at all. Let's do a little one of these. Anything we can find out about what's going on here. We have the North Node in Gemini in the 8th house, I believe. Okay, so the North Node, it's like, but Gemini, again, that communication energy, that 3rd house energy that we had, but now we have the 8th house. But Spirit, I think, is saying that like right now, the only communication that you need to have is within yourself. With Gemini energy, especially, that speaks of being of two minds. And it's, I think what Spirit is saying is you could end up driving yourself crazy if you keep attempting to like have other people like validate your own beliefs that are forming it right now. Like this is a very vulnerable time for you where you're learning how to trust what you can't concretely see and have proof of and things like that, and know with any real concrete evidence. So it's like, it's a very vulnerable time where like other people's opinions are just going to further like sow seeds of doubt within your consciousness. So it's like Spirit is saying like for right now, like the way to move forward, because we had the South Node on the back of the deck for something where it's like you are moving from one, you're transitioning from one phase to another phase, and this is like that transitional period that is fraught with a lot of growing pains and tensions and conflicts already on its own. And like having other people that aren't experiencing the same things as you kind of like throwing shade on what you're going through isn't really going to help the situation. It's going to make it a little bit more, it's just going to make it more complicated. It's going to stir deeper issues within you. But I think Spirit is also saying if you just feel so compelled to communicate and have these discussions and arguments with people, I think it is going to continue to trigger you. So I think Spirit wants you to know that this is a time of healing for you when things are supposed to be coming up. I feel like you could be maybe trying to convince your mother or something like that is what I'm getting. Or some sort of like authority, not even authority figure, but somebody that maybe is more superficially minded, and they're just not, maybe a sister even, but or a female friend, but I'm getting like feminine energy, and they're just, oh, what did that just switch to? That switched to Mars energy. Okay, but it's like, I feel like you could be coming at people very aggressively, trying to articulate your points and trying to get them to understand you, and they're just not having the capacity right now. So I think what Spirit is saying is that whatever way, if you're able to kind of keep things to yourself at this point and like, you know, kind of cultivate your beliefs in private, like that could be the best thing. But if you're not, I think Spirit's saying don't beat yourself up, because this is all part of the process of you learning how to validate yourself without needing others' approval by having them not believe you almost, and kind of call into question your beliefs. Like that will like strengthen your resolve within yourself. And even though it'll be almost like a little bit of a difficult process for you to go through, kind of a thing. All right, so let's get tarot. I feel like this reading is going on as usual. Okay, but I feel like this is very important, like to say. So I don't know, I just like to be very thorough in my readings. Like I'll never be just a quick short reading person. Okay, let's see, what else does Taurus need to know? Like what's coming down the pike for Taurus? Like what's next for Taurus? Okay, the Four of Wands. But then look at this on the bottom of the deck. Okay, what's coming down the pike? The High Priestess energy. I was seeing that like number 2, and I was thinking about that coming out right under the Knowing Without Knowing card. What else coming next for? Okay, we have the Strength card. I'm sorry, the Star and the Strength in reverse. Okay, a lot of major arcanas here. Oh, we have the Knight of Swords, Death in reverse. Okay. All right, and on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So very interesting here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 major arcanas. 2/3 of this reading is major arcanas. And again, this is that sort of, we have this Aquarius energy, Pisces energy, Leo energy in reverse, and Death energy in reverse. This is that 8th house energy. I think what Spirit is saying is what's coming next is going to be something, it's an ego death is what I'm getting with these 2 cards being in reverse. And even though you, and that's what I think Spirit is wanting you to know, because you could get up on a little bit of a high horse here. It's just natural when you're going through an awakening of feeling like you know things that other people don't know, and they can't see the things the way that you're seeing them, and they're, how dare they like close their ears when you have all this wisdom that you've really, and you really do. It's not that you don't, but at the same time, it's like, it's there, it's swirling around, but it hasn't like fallen into place yet. And the way that it finds its place is through these chaotic interactions with people, conversations with people, I'd say, with the Knight of Swords. And that is perfectly, I think, normal for that to happen. But it's, yeah, what was I? Oh, and again, a horse in reverse. I think Spirit is saying, like, what's coming up next are going to be certain situations that are going to kind of take you off your high horse a little bit and really... Okay, so say, for instance, there's like a twin flame connection and you're trying to convince everybody, like, no, this is my twin flame, blah, 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 blah. It could be also a career path. Like, so, like, just kind of like, oh, this is like, I'm meant to become like a Reiki healer, whatever it is. I guess I'll try to like say both examples simultaneously. And you're like very excited about this, and you know, you kind of have this like insight here, and you're following your spirit guides here, your own North Star, your own inner guidance here, and you feel very sure about it. But then it's like someone comes in to almost like distort your dream here. So let's like use these examples. So like, this is my twin flame, blah, blah, blah. Like maybe people are kind of like, oh, maybe. All right. Like kind of seems a little weird and out there. Like they're kind of just like, all right. And then this person asks you to hang out, like, you know, and you're like, oh, see, I told you, like, this is happening, like, blah, 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 blah. And like, say, like, you guys do hang out or whatever, but then like, they just, after that, they just blow you off and you don't hear from them again. They kind of ghost you out. And then all of a sudden, like, your ego is like, takes like a punch in the gut, and you were relying so heavily on this relationship, you know, going somewhere in order for you to prove to the people around you, like, yes, like, this is what I said it was, like, kind of like there's a lot about being, like I'm seeing from the star, like being public with this. And I'm not necessarily getting like being public, like online or social media, but I'm getting like speaking to your family and friends, almost like really wanting to, like provide some evidence and to like take what you feel on the inside and create it like on the outside. We have like moon energy kind of with the high priestess also, and then like sun energy with strength, but it's in reverse. So it's like spirit is almost like making you fall off your high horse. It's like you want to like validate yourself, but it's coming from an egoic place. And that's what spirit wants you to realize. Like letting go of that egoic need to get validation from other people is a crucial step on this like awakening journey. Like that's another thing spirit wants you to know. Having this ego death, not needing other people to say that like, oh, like, okay, yes, like this is the one for you. Like it's almost like you're gonna have like something happen that almost maybe seems good, like things are working out, but then promptly like fall on your face. Same thing with the career. I want to be a Reiki healer, blah, 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 blah. And then like maybe opening up a website or something and like inviting everybody to like join, like on your Instagram, like, hey, like I opened up this new website, like come on down, and like nobody comes, like nobody schedules an appointment for you, and then you just feel very defeated. Like there's like a feeling of defeat here with the Strength card, and maybe even doubling down on your arguments or having other people maybe come at you like that and just sort of trying to like be like, I told you so, and then you feeling like, but wait, I was following like my guidance, so why is this happening? Like, and you almost feel like betrayed by spirit or something like that, like something you were initially very excited about. Like it's like the potential, like a new beginning that just doesn't start, that doesn't begin, like it's like a false start or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here, guys. So let's get some advice for you and then we'll close out the reading, okay? What advice? And I hope you're not offended by me saying like high horse or whatever. I think that's a normal part of any spiritual awakening that so many people go through. I've heard like lots of people talk about it and like whatever YouTube videos I've watched. Aaron Dowdy is coming to mind. I love him. He's very theatrical and whatever, but like the things that he says, like there's so much truth and like there's so much relatable. Like he really speaks on like what it's like you can tell that he's been there and been through it. Like he knows what it's like he's not afraid to say like the embarrassing things that he's done and like the embarrassing thoughts that he used to have, and like he keeps it so real, and I love him. But that's maybe somebody to watch, like maybe his earlier videos. I haven't even watched him in a while, but anyway. So let's see what advice, what healing messages do we have for Taurus right now? We have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So, okay, there is, again, like, that's what I was, I think, first initially getting, that trust was like the issue here, like learning to cultivate that trust with spirit, without needing things to necessarily work out. It's like, I think that's like the main thing here, is like having true trust and surrender into the universe, with the universe. I don't know if I just said that right, but you know what I'm saying? Like, being able to truly surrender and trust the universe is like, the universe is going to test you. Like, the universe is going to like make it not as easy. Like, because if you could just trust it right away, like without having to have it be tested a little bit, it wouldn't really be genuine trust or something like that. I don't know if that makes sense the way I just said it. But trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I think Spirit is wanting you to sort of keep on trying things and falling flat on your face, if that makes sense, in order to like almost inoculate you against like further like shame and embarrassment for like going after the things that you are feeling. And I think Spirit is saying, do we want to keep all these? Let's just hit one at a time. What advice? Okay, what's coming next for Taurus? Can I just get one at a time? I'm sorry, what are the healing messages for Taurus? I wasn't saying that right. Okay. Whispers of Mother Earth, creativities, ideas, inspiration, writer, and channel. So especially trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, if there are any sort of creative ideas coming in, even with the Ace of Wands, that could be the case, like where you had an idea but something didn't work out, where you feel very discouraged and you maybe have thought like, I was stupid to think I could do this. But I think Spirit's like, no, like, but maybe you're not stupid to think it. You were following your inspiration, but it's almost like you thought it would be a lot easier than maybe it is meant to be. And there is hard work ahead, and there is going to be a fight to learn how to sustain yourself without having things necessarily work out in the 3D. It's like you have to cultivate that inner faith in yourself first. And that's what this process is all about. Oh my goodness. These, all right, you know what? These came out. Oh my God, all these three came out earlier. So I'm going to keep them because this is the second time that they came out together, and there's a lot of cards in this deck. So transformation, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Yes. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. And it's like, in order for like this to happen, this crumbling has to happen first. What are you clinging on to? What are you clinging on to? Are you clinging on to the need to like show people? Because with all that glitters, this is maybe you wanting to put on a show for other people as well. And also, like, I think that's Spirit's way of saying, like, take a look in the mirror and take a look at the judgments that you have towards other people also, because you're almost like judging them for being superficial, but like you also want people to see you doing well and to have that sort of superficial acclaim as well, which is normal. We're human. And I think that's part of like why Spirit is wanting people to experience maybe some like, not like the Spirit wants you to be embarrassed, but like some humbling moments. Let's say it like that. Because when we're operating from, like, it's almost like you're operating from the ego, but you're also like looking down on other people operating from the ego, which again is such a normal, natural part of a spiritual awakening. And then we have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution and expression. We had that cave energy. I think I was saying that right from the beginning with the Cancer energy, where it's like, you have maybe been hiding away, but you've also been percolating, and like things have been brewing inside of you. And maybe it's almost like you felt like you wanted to just share it with the world. But you did face some sort of persecution. But I think Spirit's saying, don't let that hold you back. You need to learn how to like continue to share your voice regardless. There's a lot about sharing your voice here. We have the fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, and secret beginnings. Again, almost keeping things a secret and not needing other people to validate them or to like say like, oh, you're doing a good job, like, you know, like, or oh, I understand exactly what you're saying now, or like, it's like Spirit wants you to be able to kind of do that for yourself and not need other people to do that for you. But you could feel very much so like you want other people to do that for you. I feel like that's kind of like the vibe here. But I think your spirit guides are saying, but we know the truth, and don't, you know, learn to like lean on us instead of maybe the other people in your life that maybe don't have the capacity or just aren't seeing things the way that you are yet. Their eyes aren't open yet. They're still in the matrix or whatever, like, you know. So let's see what advice, what further advice you need, what healing messages you need. I mean, this could be more practical advice. We'll see what comes out. What advice does Taurus need right now? Happiness is a valid goal. So maybe people are sort of questioning your goals and saying like, that's not realistic and things like that, but it's something that'll make you happy. So I think Spirit's like, just remember that like your goals are valid and following your heart is very valid. Don't waste time with faux hustle. Do things that will actually move you forward, like the shit you're scared to do. Just kind of be like, maybe be more like process oriented than results oriented. That could be something that's very helpful to you right now, where like you're putting yourself out there and maybe feeling, I feel like this could almost be more career related for you guys. The relationships examples are just like easier to like, you know, use examples for, but it's almost like if you do have an idea for like a website, like I was saying that example of like, and then nobody like kind of follows your website. I think Spirit's saying like, do shit that you're scared to do. Start making reels, like start making TikToks, like promoting your business, like research it, look at other people's, like we had this book signing at my job the other day, Mary Bell, like Belle, like look her up on Instagram, like she's cute, like she's such a marketer, like all the girls, like we like loved, she had these shirts, she had these bookmarks, I don't know, like she's like a brand new author, and her Instagram reels are very inspirational. Like I recommend looking at her, like, and like reading her book. I just started it. I'm on chapter 2, but like so far I love it. It's like a romance novel in Italy. Like forget it. I love it. I'm so about it. But it's like, you know, getting to a point where you're confident enough to like try to do these things that you're like maybe would be scared to do previously, like inoculating yourself against the embarrassment. Like she had one of her reels said something like, when you know that a reel is going to go viral but it gets 37 views, 6 likes, and 1 comment from your mom. Like it's just so funny. Like it's like, that's so true though, and like everybody has to go through that period, you know. Even if you are meant to do something, it doesn't mean that you were wrong in your knowing. It just means that like you're just at the journey here, and it's like here, and you have to go through all this before you actually get there. So like Spirit is saying, like, if you knew you were going to be supported, trust this knowing that you have, and don't give up at the first sign of like, you know, the first hurdle here. All right. Embrace uncertainty. Yes, that's a big message here. Like there isn't going to be valid, Spirit or your family or friends are not going to be validating you right now. Like you have to just like go with what you feel and be process oriented. Again, like I'm going to make myself braver by doing these embarrassing things. Like, I don't know. That's how I inoculate myself against certain things. Like I just do the most embarrassing thing I can think of. And that way in the future, if I have to like, you know, put myself out there in a similar way, like it's already like, I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Don't hide your mistakes, own that shit. So just be careful again of being on like a high horse. Like if you do F up, don't like double down, just be like, don't like contract, like expand, be like, you know what, maybe I was wrong and I'm sorry, like I shouldn't have acted that way. Like try to like have more balance and not be so rigid in your conversations with other people. Just even if you don't believe it, maybe like, oh, maybe you're right, I don't know, like, and just kind of like curl up on yourself and just sort of do your own thing without needing other people to even know what you're thinking and doing. Get a journal, you know. What other advice, healing messages for Taurus right now? Relaxation will allow openness and surrender. Chill, bitch. Like you need to chill like a little bit maybe. And by chill, I don't mean like you need to chill, like, but it's like you need to chill, like chill, like get a good book, like the book I was just talking about. It's in Italian. I don't even know what it's called. It's called like Live in the Moment, but it's in Italian. Mary Bell, Belle. I don't know why. I just like loved her vibe, and that's why I'm like promoting her like this for the 5 people that are gonna watch this. But like chill, like take a bath, like chill and relax, and just like that animal energy, enjoy like the sensuality of life. Forget about trying to trust others again, learn to trust yourself, and you'll never have to worry. And forget about trying to convince others again. Just convince yourself, or just like know that what you're doing is following your gut, and that's okay. And you don't have to worry. And like, this is again, learn to trust yourself. That's what it comes down to. Yes, learning to trust spirit and the universe, but trusting your own self and what you feel is right. That is exactly the healing message that I was getting. This says, when an opportunity presents, don't hesitate to seize it. And honestly, as long as you're happy, who the hell cares? That's how you're going to feel at the end of this, I guarantee you. And if you do get an opportunity to do some sort of Reiki workshop or whatever you're into, whatever you feel your career path is, maybe be a writer or something like that, just take the opportunity, even if you're scared, embrace it. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.